Take out science. It's our science class. Morning. Very good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happen? Class. Good morning. What happened? The school will start very soon. Don't worry. Take out science. In the previous classes, we had discussed and revised simple machines. Today we will start light shadows and eclipses. Open light shadow and eclipses chapter. Page 96. Yes. Let me first brief you about the chapter. We have already done this chapter. In this, we had studied about the light, how the light passes through different objects, through transparent objects, through translucent objects, and through opaque objects. Three types of objects are there: transparent, translucent, and opaque. Transparent objects are those objects that let the light passes through them directly, because of which we are able to see the other side of the glass or the object, because it is totally transparent. Light passes through it easily. Second type of objects are translucent objects, which allow little light to pass. So we see the object behind the glass but in a hazy manner, not a very clear manner. Okay. Then third type is the opaque objects. Opaque objects do not allow light to pass at all, like the table, the wooden chair, you yourself, your body does not allow light to pass through it. That's why opaque objects form shadows. Only and only opaque objects plus some of the translucent objects form shadows. But the best shadows is formed by opaque objects because it does not allow light to form. So when light passes from the sides, it takes the structure of the object on the opposite direction. Right? Then here in this chapter, shadows are also there. How is shadow formed? When the light falls on an object, the object is opaque, it cannot pass through it. It takes the structure of the object and falls on the other side. So shadow is always formed on the opposite side of the light. If light is here, then shadow will be formed this side, opposite direction, not in the same direction. Then we had also studied about the lunar eclipse and solar eclipse. When Earth comes between, yes, lunar and solar eclipse. When moon comes in between the Earth and the sun, we call it a lunar eclipse. The shadow of the moon falls on the Earth. And when the Earth comes in between the sun and the moon, we call the solar eclipse. Okay? Now let's study about it. Achha, the important diagrams from this lesson are: mark the important diagrams. All three types of objects: transparent, translucent, opaque. Put a tick mark and write there important. Put a tick mark and write important. Translucent, transparent, opaque objects. Diagram. Translucent, transparent, opaque objects. Diagram important. Plus the solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. Important. Diagram. You need to practice them. Right? And whenever you prepare yourself for exam, make sure you do not forget to read good to know and the boxes, amazing facts, the boxes which are given in between the chapter. Plus, check your progress and let's revise all these things you have to study, prepare, and read before you prepare yourself for the exam or before you give the exam. Okay? Yes. Who is asking? No. No map chapter is there in social, so no map is there. So now let's study about this chapter again. So things which we cannot see things in the dark. Look in the book. We have already learned that objects that give us light are called luminous objects. There are two types of objects, luminous and non-luminous. The objects that gives us light on its own is luminous object. The object that does not give light is non-luminous objects. Examples also you all know. If definition comes in the exam that write about luminous and non-luminous object, you can write it very well. And example of luminous object, sun is there, candle is there, bulb is there. Non-luminous objects, table, chair, any type of opaque object you can say. Planets. Okay. Then come on to the next page. Come under the heading light. Light. Light is a form of energy that help us to see. Light travels fast and in a straight line. Light traveling in straight lines are called light rays. When light rays hit an object, they can either pass through the object or get blocked. Now, light always travels in a straight line. When light travels, it hits the object. Object is there at the center. Light is coming from one side. Now, either it will pass through the object. If it passes, then it is transparent. If it passes little bit, then it is translucent. And if it does not passes at all, then it is opaque. When it does not passes at all, the shadow is formed on the opposite direction. Okay? When light rays hit an object, they can either pass through the object or get blocked by the object. Then comes three types of objects, that is transparent, translucent and opaque. You have already underlined the definitions. Read again. Objects that allow light to pass through them are called transparent objects. We can see through them clearly. Glass and clear plastic are transparent objects. These are the examples. Very important. Then objects that do not allow light to pass through them are called opaque objects. We cannot see through opaque objects. Wood and books are opaque objects. Keep book in front of your face. Can you see through it? If you are going to keep the book like this, will you able to see? No, because it is opaque object. Opaque object. Similarly, if you keep a glass in front of you, then you will be able to see through it. It is transparent. Alright? Then objects that allow light to pass, little light to pass through them are called translucent objects. Example, butter paper and certain polythene bags. Butter paper and polythene. Yes, examples of translucent objects, very important. Butter paper and polythene. Not all polythene bags. Black polythene bags are opaque black polythene, you cannot see anything in the black polythene bag. So that's why it is said certain polythene bag. Certain means few polythene bags. You can see through them. So they are translucent. Who is messaging in the group? Please do not message, please. Can I drink water? Hania? Hmm. No need to message. Then come shadows. Come on the next page. Shadows. As I told you, and you can see in the picture also, when shadows are formed. Shadows are formed. Athar, Sakshi left. So absent. Absent now. If you are going to leave the class, you will be marked absent. Now joined again. What is this? Any game is going on here? Leaving, joining, leaving, joining. How are shadows formed? Tell me. Which objects form shadows? Transparent? Acha? Wrong. Wrong. I said which objects form shadows? You said transparent and translucent. Opaque objects. Opaque objects form shadows. Why? Because through opaque objects, light is not able to pass. Yes. Hmm. Now look at the shadow. Look at the heading and read in the book. Look in the book under the heading shadow. When light falls on an opaque object, it cannot pass through the object. Therefore, opaque object block light. As a result, dark area is formed on the side opposite to the light. As I told you, shadow is always formed on the opposite side. If from right hand side the light is coming, then shadow will be formed on the left hand side in the opposite direction. Yes, this dark area is called shadow of the opaque object. Yes, so opaque objects form shadow because it do not allow light to pass. And sometimes few translucent objects also form shadows because not whole light passes through it, little light passes. But transparent objects never form shadows because light passes through it very easily and we are able to see the other side of the object also. Okay. Then translucent objects block some amount of light. As a result, they also form shadows. However, transparent objects do not form shadows as they allow light to pass through them. To form a shadow, a source of light and an opaque or translucent object is required. Also, a surface is required where the shadow will be formed. Now, shadow cannot form in the sky. You need some surface where shadow should be formed, either the ground or the wall or any other object. A shadow formed is always black in color. Always. Your shadow is always black. It will never be red, yellow, green, blue. Never. It is always black. It is always formed on the side opposite to the source of light. The size of a shadow depends on the distance between the object and the source of the light. The far the object is, the long the shadow will be. The closer the object is to the light, the shorter the shadow will be. Okay? The more the distance between the object and the light, the bigger the shadow, the larger the shadow. The lesser the distance between the light and object, the smaller the shadow will be formed. You can see in the picture also the tree, the morning shadow, biggest shadow. Why? Because the sun is too far from the tree, not in directly on the head. It is away, slanting. So the image is slanting and big. When sun is coming up, the shadow is becoming shorter because sun is coming on the top. The distance is reducing. And in the third diagram, in the third diagram, see the sun is on top of the tree, just on head. So when sun is here, the distance is very less between the tree, between the object and the light. So the shadow form is just straight below the tree and it is very short. So the more the distance, the bigger the shadow. The less the distance, the smaller the shadow. Do not do any messages. Do not do any messages. I don't like disturbance in the class because it breaks the rhythm of teaching. All right. So, what is your work today? Science work. You have to read about all three types of objects. All three types of objects you have to read. The Yes, Ritisha. The portion that I've explained and discussed, that is about the light, about luminous, non-luminous objects, and about transparent, translucent, opaque objects, plus the shadows. This you have to read again. Plus, most importantly, practice the diagrams. Okay? Diagrams are very important. And the maths work. So you have two work today. Maths, sums, and science diagrams. Clear? Any other doubt? Keep preparing, keep learning. Do not waste your time now. Exams are around the corner. Keep learning, keep preparing every day, keep studying hard every day. Now, each and every day is very important. Do not just waste your time. Okay? Make a timetable chart, divide subjects according to it, and then study. When you are going to make a timetable, it will be very easy for you to learn. Okay? Bye bye.